Well, hello and welcome back to my channel. So welcome to video 3 in this 3-part series where I cover my top 25 favorite films of all time. So as you may recall, in the first video, I covered my top 25 favorite films that fall in the 1920s to the 1960s. In the second video, I covered my top 25 favorite films from the 70s and 80s. And in this third and final part of this series, I'm covering my favorite films from the 90s to current day. So without any further ado, let's get started. All right, so the first film is 1991's The Silence of the Lambs. This is a Jonathan Demme picture starring Anthony Hopkins and Jodie Foster. This is one of the great films of all time. It's one of only 2 films that swept the top 5 Academy Awards: Best Picture, Best Director, Best Actor, Best Actress, Best Screenplay. This is one of the great films of all time. Anthony Hopkins is legendary as Hannibal Lecter. The Silence of the Lambs, I can't say enough about it. Great film. Okay, so the second movie is 1994's Forrest Gump. This film stars Tom Hanks in an unforgettable performance playing Forrest Gump. And the characters are incredible. Forrest Gump, Bubba, Lieutenant Dan, Jenny, Forrest Gump's mom, played by Sally Field. This is a film that's not to be missed. It is funny, it is heartfelt, it is amazing on so many levels. Directed by Robert Zemeckis, Forrest Gump, 1994. All right, so the next film is another film from 1994, directed by one of my favorite directors, Quentin Tarantino, and that's Pulp Fiction, starring Uma Thurman, John Travolta, and Samuel L. Jackson. This is truly an amazing film by Quentin Tarantino. Probably, arguably his best film. That's up for debate. That'll probably be another video. But this film is just incredible. And the dialogue is amazing. Almost everything about this movie is incredible, just in the way that Tarantino directed the dialogue and every aspect of this movie. It is just an amazing film. If you have not seen this, check it out. Pulp Fiction. All right, the next film is a film from Steven Spielberg. I talked about The Color Purple in my second video in this series. In this video, I'm going to talk about Saving Private Ryan, one of the greatest war films ever made, starring Tom Hanks in just an unforgettable film. This film came out, I believe, in 1998, and it should have won Best Picture, in my opinion. No disrespect to Shakespeare in Love. If you have an opinion on that, let me know in the comments below. But this is an amazing, amazing film. The beginning of this film, the D-Day invasion, is an unforgettable film sequence that you have to see. It is disturbing, but it's incredible. This is an amazing film starring Tom Hanks and so many other amazing actors. Saving Private Ryan. All right, so I have a top 25 favorite film list. And I kind of cheated on this next selection because these are 2 separate films, but I'm counting them as one on my top 25 list. And that is another Quentin Tarantino epic, Kill Bill Volume 1 and Volume 2, starring Uma Thurman. This is a great, great series of films from the master, Quentin Tarantino. The dialogue is incredible. The kung fu martial arts aspect that he's driving here is just amazing. These are just 2 amazing films that I'm counting as one part, but they're 2 films put together that tell the story of Uma Thurman as the bride and her journey. If you haven't seen these films, and if you even remotely like Quentin Tarantino, please check these out. Kill Bill Volume 1 and Volume 2. Next on my list is another superhero film. In my second video, the second video I covered Superman the movie from 1978. So now I'm covering 2004 Spiderman 2, starring Tobey Maguire, directed by Sam Raimi. This is the second movie that they did together, following up from 2002's Spider-Man. And 2004's Spider-Man 2 is one of the greatest superhero movies ever made. It's one of the best films that came out in 2004, period, superhero movie or otherwise. It's just an amazing, amazing film that I cannot recommend enough. Spider-Man 2, 2004. Great villain, Doc Ock, played by Alfred Molina. All right, so this is a film from 2007 that I really, really love, starring powerhouse acting from Josh Brolin, Javier Bardem, and Tommy Lee Jones. Joel and Ethan Coen directed this film. It's 2007's No Country for Old Men. Boy, if the studio's listening to this, please do a 4K upgrade of this movie. I will buy it immediately as soon as it comes out. This is a tremendous film that I cannot recommend enough. If you have not seen it and you like Joel and Ethan Coen, or even if you don't, please check this out. Javier Bardem won Best Supporting Actor for his portrayal in this film of Anton Chigurh. That character is frightening, terrifying, and funny at the same time. This is a great film. Check it out. No Country for Old Men. Now I'm going to cover my third superhero film in this top 25 list. I covered Superman. I covered Spider-Man 2. Now I'm covering a Batman film from 2008. And this superhero film is The Dark Knight. Now, this film is amazing on so many levels. One of the standout parts of this movie is the unforgettable performance by the late Heath Ledger. Heath Ledger actually won the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor in this film posthumously. He passed away, unfortunately, right before the film released. And this film, this superhero movie, has the distinction of being, I think, the only superhero movie that has an acting Academy Award. So this is an amazing film. Heath Ledger's amazing as the Joker. Please check it out, The Dark Knight. Plus the cinematography and the IMAX is amazing. Please check out The Dark Knight. All right, so the next film is a film from 2009 that I really love. This film is from Scandinavia, and it stars Michael Nyqvist and Noomi Rapace in The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. This is an amazing film. Noomi Rapace plays the enigmatic character in here, and it's basically a detective type mystery type film. Her character is helping to solve this mystery. I won't spoil anything, but please check it out. This film was actually remade in the United States and stars Daniel Craig in a remake, which is also very good. I think this one's better. So check this one out first, and then check out the remake starring Daniel Craig. I think you really enjoy it. The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. All right, next on the list is a film from 2014 starring Keanu Reeves, and that's John Wick. This is a great film, great action, thriller type film. A lot of tremendous action and fight scenes in this. Not incredibly realistic, but hey, just go into it for the entertainment factor. This film is unforgettable, and it has two great sequels. Keanu Reeves is amazing in this role. This role was literally made for him. He was born to play John Wick, 2014. All right, another film from 2014 that I really love is Jake Gyllenhaal starring in Nightcrawler. This is an absolutely amazing film starring Jake Gyllenhaal as a man that is troubled. He finds his way to basically covering different news events. If you played the video game Grand Theft Auto 5 from Rockstar Games, the portrayal of LA in that game is very similar to the portrayal of LA in this movie. They go hand in hand. This is just a great film. Jake Gyllenhaal is brilliant in it. I cannot recommend it enough. It's probably one of the best films that came out in 2014, Nightcrawler. Okay, so last but not least is a... Okay, that was interesting. So here's what happened. When I was editing this video, I realized that my audio dropped in this last segment. And I think what happened is the plug-in to my Blue Yeti microphone, I think got unplugged at the microphone base. And so I had no sound. So I am reshooting this. My apologies. So bear with me. I'm having to improvise here a little bit. So still learning about this whole setup thing and how it works. So just bear with me. But anyway, my last film in my top 25 favorite films of all time list is a film from 2016. It had a recent Criterion Collection release on Blu-ray, and it is a film from 2016. It's a British film. It's called I, Daniel Blake. Now, this film is included on my list for a number of reasons. One of the top reasons why this movie is on my list is just for the simple fact of the human story that is portrayed in this movie. This story is so touching, heartbreaking, and devastating on so many levels. It's about the British social system and how broken it is. And Daniel Blake's character is a man that is simply fighting for the system to give him the benefits that are due him. And this movie depicts the failures of this system to people like him, to people who are basically the forgotten people, and how people just have to fight like crazy just to get the benefits that they have worked their whole lives to receive. And in this story, Daniel Blake, he's fighting with the government to get his benefits. He befriends a single mom and her 2 children, and you see their struggle in the British system, in contemporary British society. Just poor people trying to make it and trying to survive. And this story is incredibly touching, and the ending is something that you absolutely have to see. So I cannot recommend it enough. It is a fantastic human story, and there you have it. I, Daniel Blake. Okay, so there you have it. That's my top 25 favorite films of all time. That's the 3rd video in this series. If you haven't had a chance to do so already, check out my first 2 videos in this series where I cover my favorite films from the 1920s up through the 1980s to get caught up. But let me know what you think in the comments below about these films in my top 25 list. Have you seen them? What do you think about these films? Do you have recommendations that you'd like to offer? What are some films that are in your top favorite films list? Let me know in the comments below, and continue to look out for more content on this channel, and we'll see you next time. Peace.